Today we will be working on the Morocco earrings. So this is how they look when I wear them, and this is how they look when I hold them. One more colorway to compare silver and gold. So we will need Bicones 6mm 16 pieces, pearls 6mm 8 pieces, pearls 4mm 16 pieces for color 1, and also pearls 4mm 16 pieces for color 2. We will be also using Miyuki quarter Tila beads 8 pieces. This is how they look. Miyuki seed beads 15, 1 gram is enough. Delica 11, Miyuki seed beads 11. Those are earring studs that I'm going to use. My needles are John James number 12 and my Fireline is size 0.15mm crystal color. We will need around 40-inch long thread and we will string 111, 1 pearl 6mm 4 times in the row like this. We will leave around 4-inch long tail, so you will be able to hold it like this with your non-working hand to keep the tension. Now, this combination we will close in a circle, so we will enter all those strong beads one more time. Like this. And we will make a half hitch in between two beads to make sure that our circle will stay tight. Like this. Now let's wave 1 pearl and seed bead 11 forward, and we are ready to start our next step. Let's string 4 seed beads 15, 1 11, 4 seed beads size 15, and connect with the next seed bead 11, skipping the pearl. So this combination will stay on the top of the pearl. And now we'll repeat the same combination 4 times in the row to get it done around all 4 pearls. And once done, we will reinforce it. That means that we will enter all those strong beads one more time to make sure that this step is tight. We will finish this step out of seed bead 11 in between 15s and string 1 delica, bicone 6, 11, 6 bicone, delica, and connect with the next seed bead 11. And we will repeat the same action 4 times in the row. Once done, we will reinforce this step, but we will add 115 in between bicone 6 and 11 in this gap. So we will grab a bead, enter the 11, grab one more bead, enter bicone and the delica. We will repeat the same combination all the way around. $115 on each side of the bicone and 11. Once complete, we will add one more picot on the top of 11 in between two bicones, starting out of the seed bead 15 here. Then we will also add 115 in between two delicas. 15, 11, 15, stepping in 15 bicone delica, (115) on the top of the previous 11, like this, and now we will repeat the same process 3 more times. One last seed bead 15 and the step is complete. Now we will weave out of the seed bead 11 on the top that we just added earlier, like this, and we will connect with the next combination with the middle seed bead 15 and the next 11. Our combination is 4 15s, 1 delica, 1 pearl, 4 color 2, 1 seed bead 11. Here you can decide by yourself which color of the pearl you are going to use, but I prefer to use second color first and then get back to color 1, which is the same as the color of the center. Symmetrical combination, I will string forward to the next 11 and repeat all around the bezel. It will not stay completely straight on the bicones. As you can see, it's lying on one of the sides. So keep adding and of course keep the tension, make it tight, and you will see it will get better and better. This is the last combination of the step, and now we will reinforce it with one small change. We will add one extra delica on the top of the existing one, and in between two pearls we will add 1/4 Tila. So one more time, delica, quarter Tila, delica, and of course pay attention to the tension. Delica in between the 4th 15 seed bead and your pearl 4 millimeters. Keep the tension. This is how it will look. Now you will string quarter Tila and connect directly with the next pearl, skipping the 11s. One more delica, connecting with the 15s, entering the 11, and one side is complete. Now we will repeat the same action 3 more times. one last delica, and we will weave slightly forward through the 15s, one of the delicas, pearl, and the quarter tila, and then we will weave up to the top hole the tila bead, and we are ready for the next step. We will string one pearl 4, second color, in this case color number 1, delica, 5 seed beads 15, and we will enter the same seed bead 11 as was used before, and we will be creating this kind of X shape. Now we will string same combination but in the reversed order, and we will enter next quarter tila. Let's keep going, adding the same combination all around the bezel. So now we are reinforcing by adding one more delica on the side of the previous one, the same way as we did earlier with the previous one. So we will do this action all the way around, adding extra delica on the top of the previous one. This will reinforce this step and add a nice effect. Make sure you're doing everything as tight as possible. And through the last one, and 3 seed beads 15 out of 5. This is our last step. So let's observe the results. You can see 2 colors. Now we will get rid of the tail. So I will use my shorter thread to make a half hitch first to make sure it's secured. And then I will just weave forward a few more beads. And now I'm ready to cut or burn away the thread. Be careful with the burner. That's it. I'm keeping my working thread because we need to add the earring wire. I also like to pull those 6mm pearls to the opposite side, so the bump goes to the front. I just like the way it looks this way. Of course, you don't have to do it. You can just keep it the way it was originally. And here I'm comparing with the red colorway, and I really like this look when you can see behind. Now we will be creating the earring stud connection. I'm helping myself with this 4mm sequence. I like to place it as a step bead in between the studs, the loop of the stud. So I'm entering through the third seed bead 15 on the opposite side. Like this. And I will separate those two sequences like this. So in between, I'm placing my earring stud with this kind of loop because it has a hole in it. Of course, if it would be solid, you wouldn't be doing it this way, you would just add it in between. So I have to be very careful with this kind of loop so it won't fall out. This is the reason why I'm really careful and slow when I'm holding it and when I'm stitching it. So here you don't have to go all the way around. You can just do a shortcut this way in between two delicas. And on the front side, I will step out of the double 15, string 2 15s, and enter the sequence, the loop, and the sequence. Let me turn it to the back. I'm just very gentle. So I'm entering the sequences here. You will see it will all get better eventually, so you just have to be patient. And out of the sequence, I'm adding 2 15s. I'm connecting with the third and the fourth seed bead like this, and then the delica bead. So now I have front and back connection, and now we will reinforce it by adding as one extra bead on each side of the connection. So again, I'm going through the shortcut. I'm entering through the delica to get to the back side, waving out of the third seed bead 15, stringing one extra 15 like this, entering first sequence, adding 1 15 in between two sequences, trying to be as careful as possible, and of course it's not always very easy to get in between the beads, entering the existing seed bead and adding one more extra to cover the thread, waving through the double 15. It gets better. Now I will do the same on the front. One delica, switching direction, now adding 1 15 before double seed bead, entering those sequences, and the 15 and the sequence from before, double 15 on the front, and again to cover this thread I'm adding one extra 15. Here I wasn't too tight with the thread, so it's slightly visible in between two delicas, so I will pull it tighter now when I will move to the back to get my way to finish the thread. So I just pulled it a little bit stronger. Okay, I think now everything is secured, so I will just wave forward to get through those beads one more time to make sure everything is fixed and tight. Now it's harder to get in between. I'm just trying to be persistent, and actually I decided to add one seed bead 15 for any case, but it's not necessary. It depends on the earring stud, it depends on the loop, how you will do the connection. So now once I will wave forward out of the delica. I will make a half hitch because I'm getting ready to finish my working thread. Making the knot, moving forward. I need to hide the knot, so through the purl, quarter Tila, and the purl. Then I will burn my thread and finish the earring. Oops, it happens. Okay, our Morocco earring is complete. Let's admire the results one more time, comparing the cold shades and the warm shades. You can see both of them. They're looking beautiful. Plus, you can make also variation by adding one top part and make longer earrings. Thank you for joining.